Hi, this is Miss LaJoy, and today we'll be making an egg carton car bump game. For this game, children will need an empty egg carton, blue construction paper, white construction paper, black construction paper, a scissor, a black marker, tape, and a glue stick. First, we'll start by, I'm going to show you the inside. So on the inside, this is a more or less game. It's a more or less math game. I've chosen to use 9 to 20, numbers 9 to 20. I've labeled all my holes. You can use any 12 numbers you'd like. You can use 1 to 12 or whatever you'd like. So you could either use dot stickers for the inside also, or you don't have to. You can just label it the way I did. Okay, so that's the inside. More or less or equal. Close this up, and we'll start by, I'm going to show you how to cover it up and make it look like a car. So we're going to fold our construction paper in half, and then we're going to cut it. Then we'll use the glue. We'll use the tape, because if you're using an egg carton, a styrofoam egg carton, I would suggest you use tape because glue doesn't really work. Just going to show you just quickly how to cover it up. Okay. And then you can also have the children measure, because we can't really draw shapes for this one. So I would suggest that you can encourage the child to kind of measure it by just looking at it like that, and then maybe snipping pieces of paper where they might think they'd have to cut to fit the paper. So we're just going to wrap it around. Okay, so over here you would be needing 2 more pieces to cover these parts, right? Okay. So now so this will be the front of the car. So when you're finished, you can add the tires and the headlights. So I'm going to show you quickly just how to make a tire. So you're just going to go ahead and cut out a circle. Okay. Now, if you can't do this freehand, you can always use a white crayon and trace a circle with the white crayon. Okay. And then cut it out. Okay. Then you're going to use a white construction paper, and you'll use white construction paper, and you'll cut just a little rim to add to your wheel. Okay. And your wheels will go around this area right here. Okay. If you put this here, and the tire will go right beneath that, right there like that. You will cover the whole box. For the headlights, I just used a piece of black construction paper. Also, I measured it by eye. And then I added headlights. For this, you could just use white construction paper. And you could add your headlights. I went ahead and did it right here. So you could add your headlights to the front of the car, just like so. Okay. So I went ahead and finished one. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I chose to use a marker for the bottom because paint doesn't really work too well with it on styrofoam. Okay, so that's what I've done. So now, when you're putting the numbers, when you're adding the numbers to your holes, it doesn't matter what order you put them in, just as long as you get or use two small objects. But you can also use construction paper, because I cut two squares, two tiny squares, and just add them in to the egg carton. Close the top. Make sure the top is always stays intact, because we want it to be able to close, right? So children will shake the egg carton and then open it up, and whatever two numbers it landed on, your parents will ask the children. So for instance, mine landed on 12 and 15. So I would ask the child which one is greater and which one is lesser. So which one is more and which one is less. If the child gets it right, then they will be able to get another turn. If they don't, then they'll have to skip a turn with whoever's playing with them, if it's a parent or a sibling. So this is actually, I actually like this because you could use it for several purposes. We're using it for more or less right now, but you can also do multiplication or adding, or you could also just use one and shake it around and just use it as a dice. So I hope you guys liked the game. Thank you. Have a good night.